holidays.
So yeah, a little bit later we're gonna do like a live roaming demo on the Genius Access points, right? We'll see if that works. But
Yeah, when you
first,
say later, we're talking like minutes away.
minutes away. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. Um, but big news today: Rivian holiday update.
Yeah,
They Tesla has their holiday update with all the like little software new features. Now Rivian has one. Um,
are
and
you excited about that?
I am excited. Um, and so basically they added a few things like Google Cast. So I don't know
Oh,
who wants to watch videos in their vehicle really. I know
yeah.
Tesla has Netflix and YouTube and all that in there.
I will tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do,
Okay.
and I have to go to a lot of practices, my girls' practices,
Okay.
and those practices range anywhere from an hour to 2 hours.
Okay.
So some of those practices are not conveniently close to the house, so I can't drive there, drop her off, and then drive back, and then drive. So it's a nightmare, right? Because
Yeah.
we're in LA.
Yeah.
So I sit there and I will watch Netflix, YouTube, whatever.
All right.
So that's why.
I hope you watch my channel. Um, so so yeah. So there you go. So some people do use it. It's just not like we'd think. I don't think a lot of people are using it while charging because like if you're on a long trip and you stop to charge, you're only stopping for like 15, 20 minutes probably, right?
I
Um,
gotta I gotta debunk you again.
okay, okay.
Okay, so yesterday,
Yeah.
yesterday, I think I told you I forgot to charge,
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
and so I went to this location close to us, close to the office, and I went in and I got something to eat. So I charged,
Yeah.
but there was a guy watching
He
TV
was
on
watching
his while
TV.
he was charging.
Okay.
So
I have
so I
seen
did
it.
see.
I have. So in that
Okay.
case, if it's somebody that lives in an apartment, let's say, and they have to go to that charger every week and like charge, and
Yeah.
that's like their charging time, right? So or your Uber driver or something like that. I could see you doing that, right? You're going to that
Yeah.
charger just to charge, not because you're on a trip. Um,
Right. Exactly.
so
Yeah.
yeah, in my cases, I don't use it that much, but yeah. So they added, but I'm sure a lot of people are excited. I've seen a lot of uh, videos on the Rivian groups already. People watching like Deadpool and stuff on there.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, you can cast like it's interesting. You can cast Amazon Prime Video, but not Netflix because like
Oh
I don't know why. I don't know if you should be able to you can cast Netflix usually, just not to Rivian. I don't know.
yeah.
Um, and there's a native YouTube app and you can cast YouTube, but you have to connect to the Rivian's hotspot to be able to do that casting. So it's a little different. Um,
Oh yeah, because the phone is connecting.
yeah,
It's not connecting directly to the display. It's going through the Wi-Fi connection,
yeah.
right?
So it's using the Wi-Fi connection on the Rivian. And then you pick what you want
That
on the
makes
phone.
sense.
So it's different than what Tesla does, where they have dedicated apps for every different type of media, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's the way to go, though.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. I kind
Not
of do,
casting.
because you're parked. It's not like you're doing it while you're driving. Um, so you're gonna be parked. You can just pick what you want on your phone and then cast it. So yeah, and it
Yeah.
worked. It works pretty good, pretty smoothly. Then they also
No.
added Sirius XM streaming.
Oh,
So you don't.
so did Tesla,
So did
right?
Tesla, so this is really interesting now. So I'm, it's like my pet peeve that like Tesla or Rivian, they don't have Sirius XM receivers in the vehicle, right? It's just
Yeah.
streaming over your data connection that you're paying for.
Right.
So all they really need to do is let you sign in with your Sirius XM account like you would on your phone, with the Sirius XM app. And then you have
Yeah.
access to your account and you can stream what you want. But no, they want they put a radio ID in there and they want you to buy a separate subscription
Oh
for the
no.
Rivian, for the Tesla, and then you can stream with that account, but it's a vehicle, so they want you to add another subscription for like $5-10 a month,
Uh,
right?
no, I would not do that. You already know I
I'm not
wouldn't.
going to do that either. I did cancel my stream. I had a streaming subscription before Tesla added it, right? So I canceled that one, and then I added a new streaming account with Tesla, which is like $9 a month or whatever, right? And then I can
Yes.
still stream and use it in the Tesla. So I'll do
I
that.
thought you already had that though. I thought you already had that.
I did, but I had to cancel it because if you want to use it in the Tesla, you have to open another account with a new email address.
Yeah, that's not cool.
So for it was okay for one vehicle because I was paying the $9 a month anyway.
Yeah,
So I canceled the one I had and just started a new one. Then I can stream on my device and use it in the Tesla. That's okay. But
yeah.
then you can't use that same account on a second vehicle, which is it's this is a serious thing. But I'm sure they'll pick up a bunch of subscriptions,
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
especially with Tesla. There's so many Teslas out there that now can use the service. I know it's kind of outdated, but I do like it. There's some pretty decent stuff on there.
Yeah, I haven't. I think I had a free trial. That was the only
Yeah.
time I used it. So I never really kind of locked in on a particular thing I liked about it. So
Yeah, you can use TuneIn. TuneIn's on both vehicles. That's free. You can create an account, sign in with that.
I've been doing the Spotify
hmm
free version,
Oh, so how is
which I do like.
The Spotify free is good?
Yeah, I do like it. I mean, you have to listen to commercials and things like
Yeah.
that, but I am thinking about buying it.
Okay.
And I've heard a lot of people say how great it is. I typically at work I was using Pandora, and I like Pandora, but I keep hearing that Spotify is better.
Yeah.
But nobody's really giving me a good reason. And they keep saying like they give you a better mix of music and things like that.
I think
Um,
so. I think Spotify, even the free one, gives you like a better set of tracks, that like better quality
yeah,
tracks.
I can already tell. Like, what was the version that Tesla provided? What was that?
It was called like Live X, I think.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It
LiveX compared to like Spotify is like night and day.
yeah.
Like I'll say an artist and it will play like a lot of that artist, but it will play other music similar to the artist.
Yeah, and it also would play like I noticed it would play like you asked for a song by an artist, it would play the song, but it's like some other person was playing it, like a cover band or something.
Yes, yeah, I didn't experience that,
Oh, okay,
so I don't
okay.
know about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did a lot.
experience
I was
that.
like, what? Especially when you use the voice to request something in the Tesla, like it would play the track, but from like some like cover band.
It's that whatever that service was. It
Yeah,
was just terrible.
yeah, it
But
was.
I was kind of using it. I was kind of forced to use it, but I didn't run into that. But I didn't do voice. I would do a search for the band I wanted and start playing that. And when I used voice, it would bring that up again.
Okay.
But it would play the same songs every time. Like every
Yeah,
time I got in the car,
yeah. It would
it would
start.
replay. Yeah, it would replay the list again. So it's like
Yeah.
okay, it's like having it's like having a tape player again, almost,
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. So I mean, Spotify is definitely better. Apple Music is good. Apple Music's the only one I pay for, besides Sirius, just because like I can use it like on the other devices around the house and things like that, and it'll play a track.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that, and then Amazon. It's either that or Amazon, right? Like, and Amazon I don't think is that great. It's okay.
I've had pretty good luck with Amazon
It's
Music. I
okay.
do it at home, and it plays a pretty good variety of music when I call out a name.
And do you have the paid version of Prime Audio
No,
or whatever? No, oh, you don't. Okay,
no.
okay.
We just tried it, and I didn't really notice a difference between what we were already getting and like the paid version. So
Yeah, yeah. I never subscribed to that one, but Apple Music
yeah,
is nice and it works in Tesla, Rivian, and I'm sure a lot of other vehicles.
yeah,
All right, so on to some Wi-Fi news. So,
yeah,
this is bad.
yeah.
TP-Link,
Oh, what about that?
yeah, TP-Link, maker of Wi-Fi routers, under U.S. investigation after cyber attack. So what? This is just like in the last 24 hours or so, that we're hearing about this.
A little bit long. Maybe a couple days.
A
Yeah,
couple days. Okay, so yeah, we've done a little bit of research on this, and so that TP-Link is responsible for like 60% of U.S. routers, home routers sold on Amazon. 65.
percent of U.S. router market.
Yeah, so they hold a huge portion of the U.S. router market, and Actually, I have a couple customers. I'm a TP-Link partner, and I have a couple customers that order like lots of these routers. Like they're inexpensive.
Yeah.
They're good quality routers, but now I guess it's being called into as to how the security is on them, because I think not that the company is malicious in any way. I think that hackers have access to these routers somehow, right? Because of the software on them.
I guess that's what they're investigating, right?
Yeah. How easy?
Yeah.
I guess they could. I mean, who
Where
knows?
they're investigating, are they investigating the company and also the devices?
I
Is it
think
both?
so. That's kind of what it looks like, but I think it's more the devices. But it's like, yeah, could a company basically give the backdoor of their router firmware to like a third party hacking group or whatever? Yeah, they could, right? The nation could do that, right? If they wanted.
The one report I quickly read was that it was connected with cyber attacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they could be a massively distributed cyber attack using basically like a loophole in the firmware on these routers, right?
Yeah.
And if they have 60% of the U.S. market, that means 60% of people probably have these in their houses. So there's that they'll come up with a firmware fix, I'm sure, that will meet everyone's specifications, hopefully.
Well, I mean, that all comes down to that investigation of the company and the devices.
Right.
Is it malicious or is it not malicious?
Right.
Like if it's not malicious, then they'll have a firmware to write and fix it.
Yeah.
But if it is malicious, then that's a different story, right?
Yeah. There seems to be like a Michigan politician going after the company itself. Like that's what it looks like in the headlines. But we'll see what happens there. But yeah, something to look. It's always good to, be wary of your firmware. Be advised, that this could be going on, right? And look for firmware updates. But interesting that they're, I didn't realize that their routers were, the majority being sold right now, and in homes and
it's in for residential and some small business applications. I guess they were saying about 65%.
So I mean that means probably like companies like Comcast are using, their hardware probably, maybe with their own firmware, who knows? But like a lot of these ISPs are going to be using that hardware, giving it to customers for in-home Wi-Fi.
I think some of the bigger ISPs are they'll do an OEM deal with a company and have them built.
Yeah.
So I don't know if TP-Link's doing that or not. So.
But who knows? But something to keep an eye out for. Interesting. But we don't have that problem with Ingenious. So get the Ingenious ESG gateway if you're worried about your network security, right?
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, we have a new gateway coming out. All of our gateways right now are like multi-gig, dual WAN. This new gateway that's coming out is I should call it a VPN router, really.
Okay.
It's a gigabit, single gigabit, still dual WAN, has SFP connection on there as well. So that's coming out here shortly. So
that could be something that service providers want to use, like a lower end gateway. Still cloud.
Yeah, so we do large scale kind of projects like for ISPs and things like that. So by all means, reach out.
Sure. All right, so we're gonna do a roaming demo on the Ingenious Wi-Fi 7 access points, right?
Yeah. Let me put my headset on.
Yeah. Now, is your laptop, is it 6E or is it 7?
My laptop is 6E.
It's 6E. So you're probably roaming on 6 gigahertz still. You're probably still connected at 6 gigahertz.
Yeah, I created an SSID that is 6E.
Okay. So let's see. So you're gonna walk around and let's see if you break up. Let's see how the roaming, how smooth it works.
I'm sure I'll break up. So right now I'm in a small conference room. Okay. This is where Jeff and I always do our conversations. So here, Here's our Christmas tree. Oh, look, there's Ingenious.
Oh, nice, nice.
There we go. There's
We'll
our
use that
Christmas
as a
tree.
thumbnail. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so I'll walk around. You can see I'm kind of moving quickly. I feel like I should slow.
All right, yeah. So you transitioned there, and it broke up just for an instant, but you didn't. We didn't lose the connection.
See that?
I can see the access point. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I stopped there.
And those come
So
with
this is about
T-bar mounts, right?
those are the new mounts.
Oh, okay,
So they're I guess you can call them T-bar mounts or
Yeah.
but it's got like a click and twist.
Right.
Now
right.
this area I'm getting back to like our break room area.
All right, so I think you
Yeah.
just transitioned to another AP.
Yeah, it's probably that dude right there.
Yeah.
No, it's not that dude. That's not on anymore. I turned that off. I'm out. Like, that's outside, right?
Okay.
So this is a tough area, but
Yeah, you got a
They're
lot of
stationary.
racks, metal racks and stuff in there. It didn't break up at all there.
oh yeah, so we have our like our wall of
Oh, nice.
APs.
Wall of Fame, yeah.
That's for testing. Yeah. Um,
Do you test those
But I'm in,
all?
like-
You test those actively? Like they're all many on at the same time?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to. It's for our sales team and
Yep.
our tech support team. But yeah, there's some of them that are down right now.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
But yeah, like the end stations, the end station 6 is the way to go because it's AX,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Or
yeah.
11,
People really like that one.
Wi-Fi 6.
Once they
Yeah.
switch over, they don't go back. They like the Wi-Fi 6.
Yeah, so you can go to the restroom. You want to go? No,
No.
you shouldn't go in there.
And it's great that we talk about the end stations like they're keep. Oh, you broke up for 1 second, but you're back.
Yeah.
So what are we? We're
Yeah, I was
using.
probably on the back. I was probably on one of the back APs, and there's a bathroom that separates
Yeah.
those. So I walked around the bathroom, and I probably popped over to this other one. So now I'm back I'm in the back on the front again.
Nice.
So our building's I would say it's like 10,000 square feet.
Yeah.
I just walked pretty much the whole building.
So
There's
that's
some
a
rooms I
demo.
did not go into.
Demo of seamless roaming, right? So you're using
Yeah.
11R, 11K protocols, and if it wasn't seamless, that would mean that the connection would be dropped, and then it would have to reconnect to another
Continue.
access point, right?
Yeah, it would take a lot longer. So, yeah, it's not. It's pretty good. I mean, I was walking fast, right? So, I might have stuck to one a little bit longer, and that's where you saw the gap. And then I walked around the corner where there's a bathroom. So there's separation from that AP through a bathroom to another AP. So, when you're in our office, you're going to a meeting room or whatever. But yeah, you can walk. I've done the carrier class
Yeah.
on the phone through the office.
Wi-Fi calling, yeah.
Yeah, Wi-Fi calling. It works really well. It's a 10,000 square foot building. We're in Southern California, so the construction's a little bit different than you would find back east, right? It's a little bit heavier. There's more insulation, things like that. So you may need a little more APs. This office has maybe five APs.
Okay.
Uh,
Nice.
maybe
So,
4 or 5.
and you just
four
you
or
just
five. I can't
you
remember.
just switched again like a second ago, while you're sitting there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it switched
So
back.
maybe, yeah, because there's one that's now in in a room across from me. So maybe
Yeah.
I was on. There's one behind me through a hallway, not a hallway. It probably transitioned to this one right now. That I was still. Let me see. My Wi-Fi signal's showing low right now. It's on 6E. So
Okay. So, one thing to keep in mind to do that seamless roaming, you have to be on one DHCP server too, one DHCP
Yeah.
server, so that you can maintain that IP lease, right? You're not trying to pull another IP address.
Right.
I did some ruckus
Yeah,
training.
so I mean, we have our APs dialed down on the output power. We have minimum bit rate set, I believe, and the placement, AP placement is really critical.
Hmm.
And then we're running 11R, 11K.
Right.
So,
I did some ruckus training this week, and I guess like one option you can use on their APs is to run DHCP on each individual AP, for like
oh wow,
really big networks, right? Um, but then you have to accommodate for basically roaming and things like that, right? You can't fast roam unless you.
oh yeah. I mean, we do that too, right?
Yeah.
So that's. We used to do client router mode on some of our APs,
Yeah.
but like on the SSID configuration in ours, you can enable like a DHCP
Guest.
server,
Yeah, you
right?
can. What's called
Um,
guest mode, is it, or is it? Yeah.
it's basically guest mode. You can create a guest SSID. Yeah, but you're right. That's where you are gonna run into roaming issues. Like
Right.
when I say roaming issues, like the
Seamless roaming
yeah,
issues.
it's not seamless any longer,
Right.
right?
Right.
There's definitely a hiccup, and sometimes it can be if it's poorly designed, it can be pretty bad.
Right. Because if you have to pull another IP address, or in case in the Genius Guest Network, it's going through another natting, right? You're definitely going to
Yeah.
drop that connection. Although we could test it sometime and see what would happen with Skype, right? How
I
resilient
mean,
it is.
we've lived it. I mean, we've
Yeah.
had customers contact us and had problems with roaming, and they have DHCP set up on all the APs.
Oh, there you
So you
go.
can imagine you're going to a different AP, you connect, you get a new IP address,
Yeah.
and then there's a problem where the laptop or whatever you're using wanted to use the IP address it had before. There's leasing time
Yeah.
things and all kinds of
Oh yeah.
nightmarish
Oh yeah. It can
kind of
it
things.
can get messy. So yeah, that's you want to have a flat network for seamless roaming, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So you use that was a seamless roaming experience over the Ingenious Wi-Fi 7 access points, right? And
Yeah, and just to add to that, we're using my PSK in this office. So everybody's
wow.
passcode is different, and
Yeah.
we're not on different VLANs per user. We're on group VLAN groups.
Yeah.
So I will be on the same VLAN regardless of where I go within the building.
But you're
Same
using your
VLAN,
own.
and I have a separate pre-shared key.
Yeah, you're
Right.
using your own PSK, which has to be cached on every access point.
Right.
So
There's
as
a
you're
blip there
roaming,
again.
it basically looks up your PSK. It does that really fast, obviously, because we didn't
Yeah.
notice any delays, right?
Yeah. Each AP, you can have up to 5,000 my PSKs
Wow.
on our system. Yeah. So
That,
it's a lot.
that's why it's a good thing these APs have a lot of memory now for these kind of, advanced functions.
Yeah, you definitely want the cloud, like, you talked
Yeah.
about it, like the 536, which we're using, the 526, the 230, the 230S, 220s, 220S.
Yeah.
Those are and the 215s. They're the key APs I tend to typically use for myself, or that's what I suggest.
I mean, back in the day, you probably couldn't. All you could have is one PSK on the AP. That's probably all it had the memory for, right? Like,
Yeah. I mean, you do have to be cautious because, like, we're just talking about TP-Link or whatever, but
Yeah.
about like really low cost like routers.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're low cost. Not them in particular, but there's devices out there that are really low cost. It's because of maybe the memory size, the CPU, and so on. So,
yeah, right. It's not the same. They're using older chipsets, right? That have less memory, less CPU, and
less
like
performance.
less performance, and it's probably like a high availability chipset that they're using that otherwise it would have been end of life, right? Like it's just like super cheap chipset that
Yeah.
people just keep using, right?
Yep.
So that's
But it serves a purpose for some of those people too.
yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
It worked, but then if you're using these, at some point you may run into a limitation a bad limitation.
For sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and so Ingenious is still running the buy two get one promo on the Wi-Fi 7 access points, right?
Yeah, on both the ECW 526 and the 536. So
Right.
what we did is I just did a quick roam on the 536.
536. Yeah, that's the one we recommend. And we have the 10
Yeah.
gig PoE++ switches for it now. So yeah, if
Yeah.
you purchase through us and you just submit your claim to Ingenious and they'll ship you out the free access points. Unlimited, right? Like you buy however many, you'll get the free ones.
No, we just had a big project that took advantage of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's what it says. So I'm counting on
Yeah.
it. All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe. And we'll be back next week or in 2 weeks, maybe. We'll see.
2 weeks, man.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right.